Hello everyone, it's me. I'm back again with another video. I'm so sorry it took me so freaking long to make another one. Tell you the truth, I was with my friend. His name is JoyBoy19. He's not a YouTuber, but he's actually a Wattpad. He's actually in the Wattpad. He's actually a writer. Pretty funny, right? Pretty cool, right? We trade, like I said before in my last video, we trade each other with ideas, what we want to do and what we do want to watch, and what we like. The main anime we love to watch is My Hero Academia, since it was the thing that sparked our interest. Season 1, Season 2, then Season 3. When we found out about Season 4, we completely freaked out. Because of it. It was something we loved. Something we loved a lot. So yeah, there was a lot of things I did not realize at that time. To tell you the truth, I was pretty surprised. Not only did they make this season 4, but they also made a movie as well. I went ballistic. And so did he. He even flipped a table. Like literally, he flipped a freaking table. Which, by the way, we were in a restaurant at that time, and which, by the way, when the cops came, and we practically made a run for it. So we had no choice but to find somewhere else to eat, somewhere else to hang out, because that place was no longer a place we could hang out till things died down. And then we would go back and just apologize for what just happened. My ballistic outburst was just, well, just me just mumbling like Izuku, like little Izuku. But for my friend, he went out of control. He not only flipped the table, but also went to the cashier, asked for a soda. He asked for a soda, but also asked for a water bottle. Which, by the way, they did. They gave him a water bottle, and which, by the way, the next thing I know what happened is that they not only opened the water bottle, but also dripped it all over himself. It was an event. Okay, now let's just get to the story, because literally I just wanted to make you guys laugh just a bit. Anyway, let's get into the story. Last time we left off, Leo managed to beat Tetsu and take him to the recovery girl. After that, he was trying to look for Izumi. Then he finally found Izumi practically walking away from something that looked like it was serious. And we all know what happened. Todoroki pulled her aside and wanted to talk to her. And you know what happened. It was like in the original continuity, the original anime, telling her about her father and the court marriage and things like that, and how his life was completely shit. Like literally complete shit. Yeah, I feel horrible for him. But anyway, Izumi looks towards Leo and says, no, not that. They were all taking a lunch break. Yes. Next was Irabara. And Shinso's fight. Everyone wanted to watch this. Leo wanted to watch it the most because literally he wants to know this guy. He wants to know what kind of quirk he has, so he can know how to counter him. Which, by the way, shocked him. He saw this. The fight began. Irabara wasted no time using her vines. Which, by the way, she planted them into the ground, and which, by the way, caught Shinso. Shinso insulted the Lord, or what she called her God, and which, by the way, she got mad and she called him a heretic, and which, by the way, she shuts up her eyes go blank, and she does what Shinzo said by telling her to get out of the stadium. She does, and she loses. Everyone sees this, and it's completely shocked. So, pretty much, yeah. Pretty much that's how it went down. Poor Rabata didn't get the chance to even show off even more. But too bad. Anyway, Todoroki wants to fight Izumi because she has All Might on her by her side, and he wants to prove to his father that he doesn't need him. Need his fire. By the way, all of you out there who is watching this video, stop thinking that Todoroki has two quirks. He has one quirk. It's a half and half quirk. So stop thinking that way. It's getting on my last nerves. It's getting on my nerves. Like literally. Please, I'm just begging you guys, just to stop thinking that way. Because literally, it really is starting to get annoying. Anyway. How do I say this? Leoden says, what kind of quirk does this guy even have? What the hell happened? Did he... Leo begins to think of what Shinzo did. Then he thinks he brainwashed her. Or could it be something? No, it was a totally brainwashing. He totally brainwashed her. And then, well, let's just say not all washed her. Leo then starts thinking when she responded to him, she immediately stopped talking. And did what Shinzo did. Told him to do. Sorry guys, I'm misspelling something. Anyway, let's get to it. Anyway, the next match was how can I say this? Izumi versus Kirishima. Kirishima and Izumi looked at each other, and Kirishima begins to sweat drop, believing that this is going to hurt a lot. And he's not wrong. It's going to totally hurt a lot. They both get in the stadium, but Izumi jumps off the rail, and does a superhero style landing. Like literally. For Kirishima, he also jumped off the railing bolt, but ended up falling on his butt. Practically a few people started laughing at him. He walked on the stadium nervously because literally he was just laughed at by a few people. You can just imagine it. Anyway, the fight begins. Izumi rushes Kirishima. Kirishima hardens himself, but it's not good enough. He immediately barfs up some saliva. He immediately spits out saliva. That's why when Izumi did a hard ass punch right into his gut, right into his stomach. Kirishima tried to strike back, but unfortunately Izumi moved too fast for him, and practically started bodying him. Pretty much started beating him down. Kirishima may have his hardening quirk, but literally there's a limit to how much he can handle, and a limit to how long he can keep his hardening up. Pretty much Kirishima couldn't keep his hardening up. which by the way was bad because it was minimizing the damage. It was minimizing the damage, and which by the way he couldn't keep it up. Sorry, Kirishima, but with Izumi, your opponent, you are just down. So yeah, he was unable to move because of the royal beatdown. Beatdown. Actually, that is more likely Izumi just grabbed him by his by his gym uniform and threw him out of the stadium. But she put a little too much power into it, and which by the way made him crash into a wall. Crash into the wall of into the arena. Stadium. She freaked out, and Recovery Girl came out and pretty much smooched his face. Gave him a kiss on the head, healing him, and he's exhausted. Like, literally passed out. Poor guy. Didn't get a chance to show off even more. I feel bad. But, this is a what if. Anyway, let's just get into this. Anyway, Leo right now is practically doesn't know what to do. Practically is now doesn't know if he should laugh or feel bad for Kirishima. Because literally that was the unbelievable royal beatdown that he's ever seen in his entire life. I mean, imagine getting beaten up so hard that you might actually vomit. Yep. Or pass out. Everyone saw this and practically doesn't know whether to laugh or feel bad for Kirishima. They have mixed feelings. Seriously. Seriously mixed feelings. Let's see, now it's the fated now it's a battle between, oh my god, Bakugo and Todoroki. Yep, I decided to make this happen. This battle is to decide who will get the battle Izumi. To battle Izumi. Todoroki pretty much wants to show his father that he doesn't need him. He's fire side. His fire. Bakugo just doesn't give a crap and decides to make him use his fire side. So yeah, that happened. The battle begins. Todoroki immediately shoots a wall of ice right at Bakugo. Bakugo uses explosions to destroy the ice. Todoroki believes that it's done, and he was about to walk away when he heard loud booms. He turns around and sees the ice cracking and says, "Impossible." And the ice totally shatters right in front of him. Bakugo then says, "Do you really think that weak ass attack is gonna work on me? You're gonna have to do a lot more than that, loser." He says as he shoots himself forward right at Todoroki, catching him off guard and practically shooting an explosion at Todoroki's stomach, making Todoroki have to hold his stomach, because literally that was something that he didn't expect to happen. They both charge right at each other. So yeah, that happened. Poor buddy. Anyway, let's continue this. The battle keeps roaring. Todoroki only shooting ice. For Bakugo, He is literally not having any of that and keeps telling Todoroki to use his fire side or else he's gonna definitely get pummeled to a bloody pulp. Which, by the way, he's not afraid to do it because he literally will beat him up. During all this, both Izumi and Leo are practically watching the fight, intensely wondering. But for Leo, he's wondering who Izumi might end up fighting against. Because literally, this fight is fierce. It is something that they did not expect to see. Izumi practically analyzing the both of them, writing down her notebook, trying to think of an idea, trying to figure out a plan to counter one of them. So yeah, the battle keeps going forward. It's a back and forth fight. No one is winning, but they are gaining. But Todoroki is getting frostbites all over his right side because literally he's starting to. His body's beginning to freeze up. Then Todoroki then says mumbling under his breath, "Damn it! This wasn't supposed to happen. It was supposed to be an instant defeat, instant win for me." He says, trying to heat his body up while trying not to lit a fire, while making sure not to make a fire. Bakugo then says, "You bet," but then Bakugo just rushes at him. Todoroki has no choice but to shoot another wall of ice right at Bakugo, but Bakugo destroys the ice with his explosion quirk. And practically tells Todoroki if he does not use his fire side, he will lose. He will lose and become a loser. Or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, the battle keeps going back and forth. Todoroki just barely able to trying to make sure he does not fall. Trying to make sure he stays in the fight, but his body is beginning to freeze. Everyone can see that Todoroki's reaching his limit. He gets pissed off more and more as Bakugo yells at him to use his fire side, but it does not work out. But Todoroki keeps ignoring him, until he finally snaps, saying, "Fine, you want my fire? Then here it is. He says as his left side begins to lit in flame. Bakugo then has a wicked smile on his face, saying, "Finally a challenge." He says, charging right at Todoroki, as Todoroki shoots both his hands up, and now begins to do the big ice blast. Big flash bang. Fire bang thing, I don't know. I've totally forgot. Which, by the way, Todoroki managed. Todoroki instantly manages to wins, and Todoroki then looks at his left side and says, "Damn it, I used it. I didn't want to, but he made me." Leo then says, why doesn't he want to use his fire side? Izumi then says, "Leo, maybe I should tell you. Then." She then begins to explain the confrontation that she had with Todoroki, which, by the way, makes Leo pissed off. Which really does make him angry. Like, literally, it lit a fire in his butt. A little fire in himself, saying, "I'm gonna kill that asshole." He says as he gets up and is about to go in search for Endeavor, wanting to beat the living crap out of him. Not until his sister comes over to him and says, "Where do you think you're going? Where are you going?" I'm going to go find Endeavor, and I'm going to literally beat the crap out of him. Why? Jimmy pops up and tells her about everything that happened and what she told Leo. Which, by the way, she is mad, but she calms herself down. Nejire then says, "Okay, but still, you shouldn't." She then tries to try to calm her now enraged brother, which she manages to do along with Izumi, managing to calm him down. They both go back to the stadium. And get an announcement telling them that they're going to take a break because the whole arena was practically destroyed because of their battle. So yeah. Okay, everyone, this is where I'm going to leave it off. Thank you for watching this What If, and bye bye, my people.